Hey everyone, welcome back to another trauma-informed Tensegrity series practice. This one will work a little more with digestion and allowing the body to feel safe, perhaps, to feel supported so that the rest and digest part of the system can be boosted and work towards its innate capacity to heal. This is a trauma-informed practice, as I said, so you'll hear me saying words like, maybe you could do this, you're invited to do this, there's an opportunity to do this. That's not meant to give you decision fatigue. It's meant so that you can really tune in to make those choices that support you. So you're invited to drop into that space today. You can grab your bolster or your cushion and start seated, and you might place your hands on your abdomen. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to, if you want, make circles from the right hip bone, under the ribs a little bit, and down the left side. You could take a breath in. And then if you want, go up the right side and down the left. It could be a pretty gentle touch. Inhale there. Up the right side, down the left, following the pathway of the descending colon. You can take your hands on your knees and you're invited to make circles here. And your circles could be as big or small as you like, and the pacing is also up to you. You're invited to close your eyes and feel the just right amount of movement today, the amount of pressure, of stretch. You can switch directions here. You might hollow your belly back on the rounding movement of the spine, and as you come forward, open your chest, squeeze your shoulders a little together. And then come into the center and let your head make circles. So the circles that you're making, if you're making those, could be half circles. They could be full circles. You could switch directions. What's the right pace for you? And then there's an opportunity to take your peace fingers to your inner and outer ear and give a little up and down rub to that, maybe even a circle around the jaw. If you're a jaw clencher, can you let the jaw go a little? It might be a little tender. Up and down the ear. This is kind of weird and wonderful. You could take your upper and outer ear on both sides and then just gently close your ear, squish gently together, and then let it open up. And just notice how that affects your hearing. Maybe do it one more time. Close the ear. Little stretch to the back of the ear. And open it up. And then you can come down onto your back. Keep that prop nearby. And I'm going to invite you to place the prop as you come down underneath your hips. Inch your chest away from the prop. You could even push on it a bit to feel your back nice and long. And you're invited to take a few, maybe longer, softer breaths into your belly, into your sides, feeling yourself on the ground, points of contact with the ground. Maybe you're looking around your space, noticing something different about the light. And then you can take your legs up into the air, one at a time. And take a breath here. And as you exhale, could you feel your lower band of belly muscles kind of hugging down, melting down towards your back body? Maybe again like that. Inhale if you like. Exhale, feeling the low band of belly muscles hug down to the spine, kind of melting down towards the spine. Can you keep that breath? And as you inhale, take your legs a little away from you, and you might think that hugging down towards your spine. Inhale the legs up, and exhale that hugging down towards the spine. Inhale up, exhale lower. Now if it feels like your belly's popping up, you could do one leg at a time, so that's an option. Exhale down, inhale up and switch. I'm giving some attention to my torso, low back, abdominal region staying not rigid, but without flexion extension movement. So it's really the hip joints I'm encouraging to move, and potentially the back body stays fairly still. So whichever variation you're working with, you could do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs can come up. You can bend your knees and let your knees fall in towards your chest. Letting a little rounding come to the spine. And then legs can come up skyward, and you can keep your knees and your big toes together and bend and straighten your legs. So this pacing is up to you. How much you straighten your legs is up to you. We might go for a full opening of the back of the knee. You can even have your legs a little more towards you or a little more on top of your hips. There's a lymph node site in the back of the knee. So you can imagine that you're encouraging a pump of circulation, supporting your whole system to detox and flush out any stagnation or puffiness that's unwanted, any unnecessary debris. Maybe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then again, let your knees bend, and you can let the knees fall in towards you, letting the low back round and soften, belly soften. Then you can flick one leg away from you and the other leg comes in. Your hands can be wherever. You can take this out at about a 45 degree. Again, flushing the knees, flushing the hips. There's another lymph node site at the groin area. Maybe there's some little Rice Krispies in your legs. Snap, crackle, pop. You could do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then again, let the legs fall in towards you. Take a breath. Here you're invited to cup your hands on your knees and circle your hips. Switch directions. Switch directions again. Can you feel some? This time you can actually let your back move a little more. Option to, when your knees go away from you, kind of arch your spine, and when they come in towards you, round your spine. Switch directions, exploring that. And then you can, this time, option to take your feet to the ground and then stretch one leg out. And you might feel that long line through the inner hip, Let the leg relax any amount you can. Might switch. So drawing the right leg in, you can let the left leg go long. Relax it there. Feeling that long line through the inner hip. And finally, you might go for both legs. If you're on a cushion or a rolled up blanket or a bolster, can push down on that and lengthen your back so that you don't feel a congestion there, and your arms might come over your head. Can you sense any more flow? Maybe there's more saliva in your mouth you can swallow. That's a sign that your rest and digest is kicking in. So if you're feeling that, that's wonderful. Maybe there's a yawn right there. Feel free to take it. Sense any tingling and aliveness in your body. You can take your feet back and then let the prop, whatever you're on, push below your hips. Knees can come in here, and then with your hands on your knees and your knees together, you could roll your knees towards one armpit, away from you, and then in towards the other. So you're getting a little opening. Again, this one, the spine can be moving. So arching a little when you go away, rounding when you come into the armpit. It's like you're drawing a smile in the air with your knees. And your spine's also getting this movement and lubrication. There's a couple of options here. So you can take your arms out to the sides, about shoulder height, and then make that smile in the air with your knees. And you can even rock your head side to side. So if your head is and neck feel a little rigid or tight, let this rocking happen. Unhinge your jaw a bit if you like, and really heavy in your head, let yourself go side to side. You could also try this with your arms. It's like you're floating your arms. It'll make it a little more topply, and your knees can go side to side. You can even flick your legs out as you come to one side, and then flick them out as you go to the other side. Feeling whatever you're feeling there. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come into the middle there. You can let your legs go. If you like, your legs can fall onto the bolster, the upper legs there, and you could do a little circling in the abdomen, following that pathway again from the right side up underneath the ribs, left hip bone down towards the pelvis. Inhale and exhale, circle. Inhale, exhale, circle. And then you could just be for a couple breaths, touching into stillness, touching into peace. Emptying out anything you don't need right now. You might stretch your arms and legs. Draw your knees in. Roll to the side and come up. You're invited to take a hand to the belly. See how it's doing, a hand to the heart. Humble your brain down. And if you feel any gratitude for getting this time today, let that wash through your cells. Thank you for being here. Peace.